This is Brian Putt. Thank you for joining me for the 6th video of Lone Star Drilling. In this video, we're going to talk about setting up a value of information evaluation using continuous variables. Normally, VOI is done with discrete outcomes. We're going to do it with continuous outcomes. So what are the economics? We talked about that. What are the most important uncertainties? We talked about that. Should Lone Star sell their interest in MJ2? We haven't given an affirmative answer. It depends upon your risk preferences, remember? But the value of MJ2 seemed to be substantially higher than the 500, so you probably would pass on that opportunity. So now the question becomes, what is the value of information if we could get that on MJ2 initial production, on the initial production? Because remember, that was one of the top uncertainties in the tornado diagram. So the initial production of MJ2 has this kind of a distribution. It goes down to 2 and up to 30. And we're going to divide that into 3 sections. One's going to be that which is below the P25, which is less than 10.9 IP, and that which is above the P75, which is above 19.8. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our subject matter experts, and they believe they could identify, based on the information we're going to collect on the IP, that we can identify whether it's a low, mid, or high IP, but it doesn't specify exactly what it's going to be. And when I do that, I come up with these profitability indexes. So if I'm in that low IP range, this low IP range, my profitability is going to look like this. So it's less than 0, meaning an NPV is less than 0 some of the time, and then it's positive, but the 0.3 is about here, which is what, 50%. So there's a 50% chance it's going to be less than 0.3 and a 50% chance it's going to be higher than 0.3. This is the mid, which looks pretty good, and the high, of course, looks good. And if I combine all these together, I get this overall S-curve, which is the same S-curve I would get for the PI without information. But are these profitability indexes accurate or just indicative? Well, the problem with these PIs is there's also an uncertainty in the capital cost. And that's impacting the denominator of this ratio. And therefore, these are only indicative. It's kind of like the rate of return. It's a really bad metric to use because there's an uncertainty in the capital costs. And so you just can't use the distribution of the rate of return, particularly with an expiration type play. It just doesn't work. There's really some simple examples you can put together that demonstrate that. There's our 0.3 line. Oh, I guess I misspoke. It's 40%.